At 3 in the afternoon, a cup of coffee feels entirely harmless. You are hitting that familiar post-lunch slump, your eyes are growing heavy, and you still have hours of work left on your computer. So you walk over to the break room or your local coffee shop and grab a warm cup. It is a daily ritual for millions of Americans, a quick fix to get through the rest of the workday. And in the moment, it feels like the perfect modern solution. But by midnight, when you are finally trying to wind down, you assume that coffee is long gone from your system. Chemically, however, that is often not the case at all. Depending on your personal biology, a significant amount of that afternoon caffeine may still be actively circulating through your bloodstream. You might not feel jittery or wired, and you might even fall asleep eventually. But your brain is still receiving a quiet chemical message. Not yet. Stay awake. Before we begin pointing fingers at our favorite morning beverage, let us clarify one vital point. Coffee is not the enemy. For the vast majority of people, moderate coffee consumption fits beautifully into a healthy, active lifestyle. Caffeine is a well-studied compound that can measurably improve your alertness, reaction time, and cognitive focus, especially when you are genuinely fatigued. The issue we are looking at today is not the coffee itself, but rather its timing. A cup of coffee at 8 in the morning and a cup of coffee at 4 in the afternoon are entirely different biological events for your brain. While the morning cup helps you kickstart your daily routine, the afternoon coffee sleep impact is more profound than we realize, still negotiating with your nervous system hours later. To truly understand why this timing matters so much, we have to look closely at a fascinating molecule that your brain produces every single second you are awake: adenosine. From the moment you wake up, a chemical messenger called adenosine starts to gradually accumulate in your brain. You can visualize this process as a rising tide of natural sleep pressure. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine builds up in your system, and the stronger its biological signal becomes, telling your body to slow down, rest, and eventually sleep. It is your body's elegant way of tracking how long you have been active. This is where caffeine enters the picture. Its molecular structure is remarkably similar to adenosine, allowing it to fit perfectly into the adenosine receptors scattered throughout your brain. But instead of activating these receptors and making you feel sleepy, caffeine simply blocks them. It acts like a wooden block wedged under a door, preventing the real sleepiness signals from getting through. Your body is still tired, but your brain can no longer read the message. Because of this mechanism, coffee does not actually create new energy. It merely masks your biological tiredness. Masking that fatigue at 9 in the morning can be highly useful when you need to focus on a difficult project. However, masking that same exhaustion at 11 in the evening, when your body desperately needs to transition into a state of deep, restorative rest, is a completely different story. It disrupts the natural chemical balance of your night. This brings us to a critical concept that most daily coffee drinkers rarely consider: caffeine's biological half-life. A chemical's half-life is the amount of time it takes for your body to metabolize and remove exactly half of the substance from your system. For the average healthy adult, the half-life of caffeine is surprisingly long, typically ranging anywhere from 3 to 7 hours, depending on a variety of personal health factors. Let us do some simple math to see how this works. Imagine you enjoy a cup of drip coffee at 3 in the afternoon, containing about 150 milligrams of caffeine. If your individual half-life is around 5 hours, then by 8 in the evening, 75 milligrams still remain in your system. By 1 in the morning, half of that is still circulating, leaving you with roughly 37 milligrams. It is not a full cup, but it is certainly not zero. This biological math explains why two people can drink the exact same type of coffee at the exact same time, yet experience completely different nights. One person might fall asleep effortlessly and wake up feeling entirely refreshed, while the other lies awake for hours, frustrated and wondering why their mind refuses to shut down. Our bodies simply do not process this highly popular stimulant at the same speed. This wide variation in caffeine sensitivity is not a matter of willpower. It is a direct result of your unique genetics and biochemistry. Your body metabolizes caffeine primarily in the liver, using a specialized enzyme known as CYP1A2. Genetic variations in the gene that codes for this specific enzyme dictate whether you are a fast metabolizer, who clears caffeine quickly, or a slow metabolizer, for whom the chemical lingers in the blood much longer. Beyond your basic genetics, several other biological and lifestyle factors can dramatically alter how quickly your body clears caffeine. For instance, pregnancy, liver conditions, and oral contraceptives can significantly extend caffeine's half-life, causing it to linger even longer in your bloodstream. On the flip side, lifestyle habits like smoking can actually speed up your metabolism, causing the liver to process and eliminate the stimulant much faster than usual. Herein lies a dangerous trap. Many regular coffee drinkers believe they are immune to these effects because they have developed a high tolerance. While you might no longer feel jittery or overly stimulated after an afternoon cup, your underlying sleep architecture can still be severely compromised. You might fall asleep, but your brain is quietly struggling behind the scenes to enter the deeper, highly restorative stages of sleep that your body desperately requires. To understand how early this disruption can begin, we can look at a landmark clinical sleep study. Researchers wanted to test exactly how caffeine consumption at different intervals before bed affected sleep quality. They gave participants a standard 400 mg dose of caffeine at 3 distinct times: immediately before turning off the lights, 3 hours before bedtime, and a full 6 hours before bedtime, while using a placebo as a control group. The most surprising finding of the study was not that caffeine taken right before bed ruined sleep. Everyone already expected that. Instead, the shocking discovery was that even caffeine consumed 6 full hours before bed had a highly measurable negative impact on sleep. These participants slept significantly less overall, suffered from far worse subjective sleep quality, and spent a much greater portion of the night tossing, turning, and awake. This means the standard advice of simply avoiding coffee right before bed is far too late to protect your sleep. For many individuals, a realistic cutoff time needs to be established much earlier in the day. Depending on your personal biology, your typical bedtime, and the size of your daily dose, your ideal cutoff might be mid-afternoon, right after lunch, or even as early as noon. Of course, we must also recognize that not all doses of caffeine are created equal. A small, home-brewed cup of black coffee contains a very different amount of the stimulant compared to a massive double-shot espresso drink from a commercial cafe, a commercial energy drink, or a high-powered pre-workout powder. The sheer volume of caffeine you consume plays a massive role in how long it will ultimately take your liver to clear it. A more recent sleep study investigated these specific dose differences by comparing a moderate 100 mg dose with a heavy 400 mg dose taken 12, 8, or 4 hours before sleep. The researchers found that while the smaller 100 mg dose did not show a major disruptive effect at these times, the large 400 mg dose severely disrupted sleep patterns, even when it was consumed a full 12 hours before bedtime. This means you cannot treat a high-dose energy drink or a concentrated pre-workout supplement the same way you would treat a mild, standard cup of drip coffee. If you are consuming several hundred milligrams of caffeine in the late afternoon, You are essentially setting off a long-lasting chemical alarm clock inside your nervous system that will still be ringing loudly when you try to close your eyes at midnight. It is incredibly common to hear people argue, "But I can drink an espresso after dinner and fall asleep perfectly fine." While you might indeed drift off quickly, sleep quality is only one part of the equation. Sleep quality and structure are what truly allow your brain and body to recover. Caffeine can be incredibly sneaky because its negative effects do not always manifest as obvious, frustrating insomnia. Instead, caffeine quietly degrades your sleep architecture. It reduces the time you spend in deep, slow-wave sleep, the critical phase responsible for physical repair and memory consolidation. It also causes frequent, tiny micro-awakenings that you might not even remember the next morning. You end up sleeping for 7 or 8 hours, but waking up feeling unrefreshed, as if your brain never truly went offline. This is how many Americans fall into a self-perpetuating daily caffeine loop. You drink afternoon coffee to survive a tiring day, which quietly damages your sleep quality that night. The next morning, you wake up feeling exhausted, demanding even more caffeine to function. You drink coffee later and later in the day to push through, further harming your sleep, and the cycle continues to feed on itself. To make matters more complicated, caffeine is often hidden in products we do not associate with coffee. It is found in black and green teas, colas, energy sodas, dark chocolate, and even certain over-the-counter pain relievers. You might think you only had one coffee at lunchtime, but when you combine all these daily sources, your actual intake is often much higher than you realize. Your liver and brain do not distinguish between caffeine that comes from an artisanal espresso, a refreshing iced tea, or a late-night chocolate dessert. To your nervous system, it is all the exact same chemical. These seemingly minor dietary choices throughout the afternoon and evening accumulate into a heavy, cumulative chemical load that keeps your biological sleep systems working overtime when they should be resting. So, how do you find your own personal caffeine cutoff? If you currently sleep deeply, wake up feeling genuinely refreshed, and consume moderate amounts, you likely do not need to change a thing. But if you struggle to fall asleep, find yourself waking up tired, or rely on coffee to function, try setting a strict caffeine cutoff window of 8 to 10 hours before your target bedtime. The best way to find out if this affects you is to run a simple 7-day experiment. For the next week, keep your beloved morning coffee exactly as it is, but commit to stopping all caffeine consumption immediately after lunch. This gives your body a massive, highly predictable head start to metabolize and clear the stimulant before your head hits the pillow at night. During this week-long test, carefully track 4 key metrics: how long it takes you to fall asleep, how often you wake up during the night, your overall alertness and energy levels when you wake up in the morning, and your level of caffeine cravings the following afternoon. Do not judge based on a single night, as stress and other lifestyle factors can always cause temporary disruptions. If you find yourself missing the physical ritual of your afternoon coffee break, simply replace the ritual rather than the caffeine. Try swapping your beverage for a high-quality decaf coffee, a soothing herbal tea, or a crisp sparkling water. Often, a quick 10-minute walk in the bright sunlight can provide the exact same refreshing energy boost without any of the chemical sleep disruption. Ultimately, caffeine is not a magic source of energy. It is an interest-bearing loan. When we drink coffee too late in the afternoon, we are simply borrowing focus from tomorrow's natural energy. By establishing a strict cutoff window, we protect our deep sleep architecture and wake up truly recharged. What is your personal caffeine cutoff time? Comment below. To understand how alcohol affects your sleep quality, watch our next video.